Today's video is going to be about cervical exams during labor. They are unnecessary and detrimental. They're also painful for the laboring woman. They can lead to vaginal infections, especially if the doctors or nurse broke the waters. And it also makes it hard for women to relax during labor. So here's what happens to the cervix during labor. Before birth, the cervix is hard, long, and closed. And so the baby doesn't fall out whenever, or have a preterm labor. And during birth, the cervix softens, opens, and shortens to make it easy for the baby to come out. So it goes from being 0 centimeters to 10 centimeters, which is fully dilated, and which is also roughly the size of a bagel. Not that big, nothing to be scared of. I don't know why everyone fears, like they say, it's like a watermelon coming out. You're giving birth to a watermelon. It's nowhere near the size of a watermelon, dude. A bagel, that's like not that big. So don't have any fear in labor or in pregnancy or anything like that either. And so they want to make sure you're fully dilated. They don't want you pushing before you're fully dilated because it can cause the cervix to swell and even tear. These vaginal exams cause unwanted stress. If a mammal in nature is in danger, she would need to stop birthing, stop laboring, and run to safety. So that's what also happens to women in the hospitals. So the exams can stall labor and cause unconfidence in the mom too. So unconfidence, the mom's not progressing enough, loses hope and starts fearing things, contemplating taking drugs like Pitocin to speed up labor, induction drugs like that. And then Pitocin causes the contractions to be way more intense than the normal ones your body gives off because they're made with the drugs. So then it's not real oxytocin, it's Pitocin, it's a drug. And so then that can lead to women wanting an epidural because then, you're numbed out. But that's not a good thing because then you're not in tune with your body or your surges, also known as contractions. So you're not going to be able to feel what's actually going on to work your baby out. So here are some natural alternatives to cervical exams during labor. So midwives will do most of these things. They will check TMI, but they will check the butt crack. It'll be purple/dark. It'll have like a line down it, a purple or a dark line, so that lets you know that you're fully dilated. The mother, later in labor, the mother will emit an earthy smell, which I don't really remember that happening when I was in labor, but I'm sure if you're a midwife and you've been to several of these, seen hundreds of women give birth, you'll kind of know what that smell is. Another alternative is checking the fundal height, which is the length from the top of the uterus to the bottom of the breastbone. As dilation progresses, the distance becomes smaller and smaller until there's no gap in between there. And then another alternative is watching the woman's emotions. You'll know how far along she is in labor when you watch her emotions. That you start out chatty and lighthearted, having conversations, joking, fun stuff, just being excited you're in labor, and then you get more serious as time goes on. And then during transition, I didn't feel this at all, but most women feel fear and doubt during transition. They want, the drugs. Can I actually do this? Am I going to be able to do this? Stuff like that. I never felt any of that. I never felt any fear during pregnancy or labor or any of that. Don't fear anything. There's nothing to fear about pregnancy and birth. Totally natural. Ancestors have been doing it for thousands of years. I actually don't know how long. However long people have been here, that's how long. So you don't need doctors. That's like a new thing. The past 100, 200 years, that's all when doctors came in. So before that, it was midwives or unassisted births. So it's a lot healthier, a lot easier, I feel like, a lot less stress, a lot less complications. The last thing, as an alternative of knowing how far along the woman is there will be a bloody show around 6 centimeters, they say, which I don't remember having that either, but it could have happened. I wasn't paying attention to any of this kind of, pinpointed stuff. I was just going along getting through it, doing what I had to do. So those are some natural alternatives. You also have the right, as a laboring woman, as a mother, to decline anything that the doctors push toward you. You don't have to take any drugs. You don't even have to be there. You can walk out whenever. If left alone, mom will push when ready. You don't go to the bathroom for 8 hours trying to push out a bowel movement. You go when your body feels like you're ready to go. Get in there, especially if you're vegan or raw vegan. Get in there, it's out in 30 seconds, you know? Quick stuff, no pushing involved. Your body just does it. And I didn't push at all during labor, but most women, most moms will get the urge to push, like their body's just telling them, okay, push now. And contractions will get longer and stronger and closer together, you know, the closer you are to actually getting the baby out. The more relaxed, the faster the labor. My labor was less than 2 hours, so I wouldn't want it any other way.